plain cot is the only furnishing in the stark dungeon cell.
It was actually, I think it was Jensen's work on this that like allowed about that gave Sierra the, yeah, yeah, we'll take a shot on her when she comes in with some weird, steamy voodoo erotica based game.
Steamy
Alexander
Voodoo Erotica really does summarize that game quite well,
insults
actually, yeah.
inside.
Yeah, that's
But then
how it
again,
was characterized, really, and they didn't really like it. Apparently, um,
Mother, where are
fucking,
you?
they said, oh, nobody wants to play something that's gonna make them feel bad, like, or nobody wants to play something depressing or
A
some shit like
spirit
that.
weeps
hmm,
inconsolably on the cot. The spirit appears to be the ghost of a little boy.
are you dead?
What's the matter,
You look
little
pretty
boy?
dead to me.
I'm lost. I can't find my mother. I don't know why she would just leave me here. I've been alone ever so long. Mother?
Okay, kid, you're starting to milk this a little bit now. Come on.
Where are you?
It's just a ghost of a child.
You must be the son of the spirit I met in the realm of the dead. She gave me this handkerchief and asked me to tell you that she's waiting for you there.
See, he's fine now.
It's Mama's. It even smells like her. I can feel her now.
Good, because
I
you're
know
starting to
where
weird us out a little bit.
go.
Wait, before you go, is there anything you can tell me about the castle?
I like to play in secret places. In the basement behind the Man of Steel is a door. Nobody except
So yes,
me
that little
knows it's
side
there
away
anymore.
with the handkerchief is actually crucial, because we wouldn't know there's a secret door otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That was actually quite important to the plot.
Farewell.
Thank you, creepy child. You served us well. Again,
Alexander
considering there's
opens the
3 dungeon cells,
door
I was
and
expecting to see
slips
at least
inside.
one Sierra protagonist here, but there were
Yeah.
absolutely none. I was slightly disgusted that like Sierra were treating themselves so seriously in this game. I mean, if you double down on the self-referential humor, like at some point you're gonna get sick of it. But you know,
A suit of
like
armor is on
you can't
display
tell me that
in
like
the
a chained
hall.
up Leisure Suit Larry wouldn't have been perfect here. You know, like just a
Alexander
skeleton
will
in
need
like
to
a
enter the
fucking
north
Hawaiian
hallway
shirt,
if he
you
wants
know,
to do
with a
it.
massive head.
Alexander will... A closed door on the north wall bears a small brass plaque. The plaque reads,
That sounds bad. We should probably avoid that.
"Uh-oh." In the corner is a suit of armor of ancient design.
The
Its
sign at the bottom
background
reads,
beckoned
"Pull thy
slightly.
finger."
Alexander examines the suit of armor,
Try
but
again.
sees nothing special. Remembering what the little boy ghost said, Alexander experiments with the suit of armor. He pushes down, then pulls up on the knight's right arm. A secret
I'll make sure to add the
message.
Zelda sound effect in post.
Diddly-ling.
Alexander hears
I
the
wonder,
sound
is
of
that
voices coming
steam,
from
that beam of
nearby.
light a clue as to where the voices are coming from? Let's go find out.
Alexander peers through the chink in the wall.
Captain, I've been hearing rumors from the guards who've been watching the princess. They say lately she's been pounding on her door and begging to be let out. Ain't none of my business, sir, but news like that is upsetting the other dogs. Ain't no guard in the castle who would willingly keep the princess anywhere she don't want to be.
Osrid claims
That
that a foreign
sounds a
intruder
lot
is here
like
to
us.
assassinate her. That's why she's got to be kept under lock and key, right up until the wedding. Call me an old dog that can't learn new tricks, but I say the princess should be the one giving the orders. Alhazred has been in charge for months, what with the king's death and Cassima's mourning. Tonight, the wedding will seal it, and there's nothing we can do about it. Like him or not, he's our liege.
This is not the words of a good boy.
To the crown. Aye, we've
Jim,
an oath.
you know?
For the sake of the princess, we'll not be forgetting it. He'd just better treat her well.
Speaking of the Wazir, what do you reckon he's keeping in that magical room of his?
It's not a magic room. It's just the door he's enchanted somehow. I say he's still got the royal treasury in there, along with whatever else he's so eager to protect. Not
I mean, that
even
all
the
sounds very
treasurer is
suspicious.
allowed in there anymore.
I heard him in the hall the other day. He was speaking of that door. Black magic is what I say. I heard him say, Ali, but then Bay came up and started yapping at me.
Enough! It is not our place to question the practices of our liege, no matter how strange. The wedding will be starting soon. Report to the throne room.
That's quite helpful
when
from
the
the game there to kind of give you that little recap of text, so that when the puzzle does come around, you like the game can adequately say, I mean, I gave you a reminder. What more do you want? But yes, that there was a lot of little cues and prompts there. So a lot of that does pertain to the ending and like what flavor of good ending you get. So yeah, basically, if you do your job and expose what you need to expose, you'll basically get the perfect ending. So you can get the treasury, you can reveal where the Vizier came from, all the different stuff. So it's not just breaking Cassima out of captivity, it's also exposing him to be the charlatan that he actually is.
Alexander peers through the chinks in the wall, trying to locate the source of the crying sounds. Alexander's palms begin to sweat and his heart to race. It's Cassima. He's found her.
Psst. Princess Cassima.
What? Who's there?
It is I, Alexander.
I'm here behind this
I'm
glorious
here
hole
behind
in the
this
wall.
My, how suave that sounds.
Alexander?
You're mute again, Neil.
It really
Just saying,
is
he
you.
got in that
Oh,
pretty
I knew you were close
pretty
by.
snackily.
How did you get inside the
Yeah.
castle walls?
It's
It's a
well
long
again. It
story,
adds to the
not
fact that like the little notes of the ending theme are just seeping through. So
Oh yes.
just to remind you
It
of
has
the
brought
horrible
me such
song to come in a
comfort,
couple of
Alexander,
minutes.
To know you were close
Mhm.
by and had not forgotten.
The end of the game is just warning
But
you about how
shouldn't
bad it
be
is.
Here. You're only endangering yourself.
I don't care about the danger.
I do look as well that like this is like a really
Breathe
nice little
anything to
kind of
learn.
like little scene
What is
here,
it?
but it does also look like a stamp.
Hazred,
Yeah.
do you
Like maybe when all this is over,
To
when
wed you,
Alexander goes back to Daventry, this will be like the commemorative stamp for how he saved the Western
Please
Isles. You
believe
know?
me when I say that
Hmm.
I never agreed to
It's like,
marry that
yes,
man.
no, mother, it was exactly
Even when
like
my father
that.
trusted Abdul absolutely. I
Could you
never
make me
liked
2 inches
him.
taller?
But with mother
It's
and father
because of
gone,
reasons.
I'm afraid there's no stopping him.
If you do not wish to marry him, Cassima, you shall not. I promise you. Only come with me now.
I love as well
We
that
shall
like
escape.
just the way with the way the
How?
brickwork is
I
aligned.
cannot fit through this
He is just
wall.
staring at
Besides,
masonry.
do you
His
think I can
mouth
leave
is
my
actually where the
kingdom,
where
my
the gap in the
people,
wall is.
in Abdul's hands? But Abdul would tear the castle apart if I were to disappear from my room. You shall have to do what you can to delay his plans from your end.
I can't just leave you here.
Come on, calculate a
Alexander,
mode.
do not despair for me. I have been safe in this room for nearly 6 months now. Abdul can be in no hurry, whatever he plans. After all, I'm to be his bride, am I not? I have been planning too, you see. I believe I can escape. If I can only get a chance to lay my hands on a weapon, there might be an opportunity in the hustle of the wedding.
But I...
Shh, just a moment more, then you must go. Let us not waste time with words. Please, let me just look at you, dear Alexander.
Bit weird, but okay. But yes, this is a prompt to
Hand her a
Take this
weapon.
dagger. It's not much.
as opposed to stab her through the eye, just to be clear.
Why, it's perfect.
This is just the sort of thing I've been looking for. Thank you, Alexander. I'll keep it close and use it if I must.
So yeah, this little romantic gaze is a chance to give her a weapon. Again, that'll be also be a factor into how the ending of the game goes. So we're doing everything we need to do here.
Oh no! Someone's coming!
The lock on Cassima's door rattles abruptly.
Alexander, hurry! Step away before they see you!
Alexander hears scuffling and a woman's brief cry from the other side of the wall. Then, silence.
Well, it is nearly time for the wedding, so I suppose it's only expected that proceedings are going according to plan.
Exactly.
It's about as shotgun a wedding as you can get, but you know, it counts. As you can see, they could do with redoing this part of the castle.
Show the neglect of a forgotten place.
You know, maybe they need to get the whoever the designer for the Land of the Underworld in to make it a bit more gothic. You know, just touch up the paint a little bit. You know, that's not asking for much. Like,
coming from the other side of the wall. Alexander looks.
I mean, it
through
was
the chink in the
pretty hard to
wall.
miss, to be fair. Ooh, the plot thickens.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Shadrach, salutations from the Society of the Black Cloak, etc., etc. My long preparations are about to come to fruition. In a matter of minutes, I will wed the lovely...
That was a strange laugh to throw in there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you scheming something, Vizier?
Once I've established my power and my crown, I can stage another accident.
What are the chances? The king, the queen, and the princess all trampled by elephants. Honestly.
And the same elephant.
It must be
Princess
stopped.
has proven infuriatingly stubborn, as you know. She's becoming quite a dangerous...
She has this
thorn
thing
in my
called an
side.
opinion.
His free will is so dodgy.
In a way, it is a shame I have to kill her. She is lovely and would be amusing to keep around, but I can't risk her talking treason to one of the guards. So far, I've managed to
Amusing to
keep her
keep
locked away,
around. I
but
should remember that next time I'm talking about a woman.
Well, on to it now.
Ah, yes,
I'd
she is
send her
amusing to
you,
keep
but
around.
as
I
you
shall keep
know,
her,
I had
here,
no
in the
luck
corner.
doing so with Mordak.
She will not be
I
allowed to
close
speak.
in triumph. King Abdul al-Hazred.
Yeah, so Mordak was the villain from King's Quest V. So it seems that all the villains here are all in their own little cabal.
Has taken care of
I wonder if this will become apparent in King's Quest
It's
VII
almost time for the wedding.
and in other entries. King's Quest, of course, well known for its overarching story.
It's a deep,
Wazir's
impenetrable
words
text.
fill
Somewhat
Alexander
akin
with
to the Lord of the
blazing
Rings
anger
or the Wheel of
and
Time
fear for
series.
Cassima's life.
I agree, Neil. It is exactly like it's
Murderous!
very Tolkien-esque, this series, you know.
His way if I have anything to say about it.
The old walls are dirty.
I think it's just the depth of the world,
Neglect
you
of a
know. Like,
forgotten
not
place.
only do we have Daventry, but we also have some other islands, and you just don't get that with any other works, you know.
There's a vague outline of what appears to be a door.
A vague outline on a wall, or in layman's terms, a few lightly coloured pixels.
Alexander sees lots of black
Would that be
cloaks.
related in somehow to the conversation we just heard?
A canopied bed arranged with silk bedclothes and large pillows stands in one corner of the room. There's a box of ebony on the table. Alexander is standing in a masculine
Yes,
bedroom.
the word I would describe here
Marble
is
walls,
Masculine
tall
bed,
ceilings,
masculine bedroom. Holy
furnishings
shit!
of an opulent
Ah.
feeling. He wonders whose bedroom this
You don't see the room
is.
next door. It's all colored pink and girl.
Alexander opens the ebony box and looks inside. A worn old brush is among the box's trinkets. Inside the ebony box is a piece of paper with the word
Interesting.
Zebu printed on it.
I'm sure they won't come up in a puzzle soon at all.
A storage trunk sits at the foot of the bed. The trunk bears a large brass lock. Alexander inserts the skeleton key in the trunk's lock and turns it. He hears a click.
And now the truth is revealed.
Opens the trunk. A few worn leather books occupy the trunk. The top one
Oh
is
my god,
entitled
someone else knows how to conquer the cliffs of logic? We're screwed.
Yeah. It's a nice throwback to the fact that comes with the game.
Alexander first
Yeah.
arrived. The trunk's owner obviously found it interesting too. For the guy
Are you saying that the
who
Vizier was
explored
also a
instead.
video game protagonist at one point, then turned corrupt?
A
Because that's very
glass
realistic.
bottle filled with oily-looking
I
perfume
mean,
is
everyone has played an Elder Scrolls game up to the point that they're over level and they start killing off townspeople.
It looks like the owner of this trunk is quite the correspondent. The stack of letters appears to be ordered by date because the top one is dated only a month ago. Alexander picks up the most recent letter and examines it. The letter is addressed to Abdul al-Hazred from the wizard Shadrach. It reads,
The narrator has to do this voice because you
"Greetings
haven't
to a
picked who's
brother
going to
of the
act more
Black
than
Cloak.
Shadrach in the
I'm
next
sorry to hear
game.
of Great Mordak's death, though he
Apparently
was a bit of a
he's
ninny at
busy.
chess. It seems the plans for that little kingdom of yours are coming along. I must congratulate you on your handling of the king and queen. Isolating the islands so that no protest could develop was another brilliant stroke. It looks like there's not much left to stand in your way. Do as I recommended with the girl, and you shall have your crown."
Yes, that's was really terrifying there. I mean, if anything, I'd just be more concerned about why it was taken over so easily.
Alexander
Like,
pulls back through
the
the
castle
wall
is like
to reach
surrounded by
the
loyal
passage.
guard dogs, and suddenly just some fuck arrives and just it kind of weasels his way in. You think the dogs would like kind of like sniff out?
You didn't so much weasel your way in. You painted a fucking magic door on the side and just walked through the wall.
But I mean, it worked for me. In fairness, if it worked for me, for him, it didn't work for me. Look, all I'm just saying, maybe the land deserves to be conquered. You know, there you go, Prince Alexander. You've got your plan now.
Alexander
Expand your operations. I mean, I would say your father's probably proud of you, but he's too busy, like, lifting massive melons with his huge, fucking unnecessary arms. Yeah. That's why I want to. That's why I wanted to really answer the question: what King Graham is doing right now. I choose to believe he is just in the gym. Doesn't give a shit about his son being missing for months. He is just pumping iron and just waiting for him to come home. In fact, he probably doesn't even realize he's gone.
Yeah, I don't even think he's really waiting that much. He's just pumping iron.
He's just doing lunges in the main room, going like, "I am the king of squats. Tomorrow I shall be the king of burpees."
There's a strange
I choose to believe
door
that
on the west
King Graham
wall.
actually does a calisthenics class for the entire kingdom every Thursday.
Keyhole on the
Just
door.
way of keeping kind of like in communication with the rest of the townspeople.
Since the door on the west wall has no visible knob or handle, Alexander decides to try to open it with his voice.
I slightly misheard that, and I thought he said Alexander decides to open the door with his face. He died.